Do you guys use Honey, the browser extension?
No.
You don't use Honey. Have you ever used Honey?
No.
I think I did long ago when it first launched. Neutrally, have you?
I used to, when it first launched, yeah.
You guys say you use. It seems like there's some awareness of what has happened in the last year. You guys.
I mean,
know
it was a
about
while ago though that happened.
last year, basically. Yeah. So let me just provide some context. There is a YouTuber named MegaLag who basically discovered that Honey was sort of, his word, scamming creators. So let me walk us point by point through. He recently released an update, which is why I bring it up now. And I wanted to quickly discuss it because we have never gotten to really talk about this in depth. And I'm curious about what your opinion is, Benji. So the first thing that you should know is that there are general, big, overarching ways to make money on YouTube. The simplest one is just by using YouTube AdSense. YouTube runs ads on your videos. You get a 55% cut, I think, of those ads. And they pay you once you reach a certain threshold, and I think they wire you the money or they mail you a check. The second way to do it is something that a lot of people know about, which is brand deals. This is something that pretty much every creator uses. A brand approaches you, or you approach a brand, you come to an agreement, and in exchange for advertising or promoting their product or representing their products, whatever the deal is, you can make an exchange of money and services with the brand through the venue of your content in order to buttress your business. So AdSense, brand deals. Another one that's really, really big is affiliate marketing. So this is kind of like the way that if you have a review channel, you might review a piece of content and link out to a Amazon page that has that thing, but you have a special code there that if somebody purchases that product, you get a percentage of the sale. Or in certain cases, if somebody purchases that product or buys anything else on that website for a certain period of time, you also get a percentage of the sale. Am I describing that well enough, Benji?
Yes.
That affiliate marketing piece has been a revolution for a lot of people who were taking advantage of some of the characteristics of YouTube for a very long period of time. So like I said, the review category has a lot of people who are making affiliate marketing money. In fact, this happens on Google search too for news publications. If you've ever used the Wirecutter, one of the main ways that they make money after giving you a product recommendation is by taking a cut of the sale that they help facilitate by recommending a product. So this is all over the place on YouTube. It is it varies in the size of the contribution to every creator's business, but it has been shown by MegaLag that Honey was kind of inserting themselves in that process in order to take away some of those commissions through affiliate marketing for creators. So let me explain how that works. Honey's core claim was that they save you money by taking coupon codes from all across the internet and inserting it in the coupon code box whenever you check out to buy something. So imagine you're buying a camera, they find a special coupon code that gets you 20% off, and then you save a bit of money and everybody's happy in the end, except for maybe the business that you're buying from because they're losing 20% of their sales. Well, Honey apparently was inserting itself at the last possible moment and capturing commissions that creators had thought that they had earned by pointing people in the directions of those products, even if they were not giving the person a discount at the end of the day. And so the mechanism there was that when you click in a creator's link and you shop and you reach the checkout, like I was describing before, Honey then runs a flow that replaces a creator's affiliate cookie with Honey's, and it gets Honey paid instead of the creator because of that. So this is a really brutal thing that was happening to creators. MegaLag made an entire video that totally blew up on YouTube that was exposing what was going on there. And it kind of was one of the things that made Honey less liked throughout the industry. So far, it sounds like that is where you guys saw that video and that you guys kind of had an understanding of that.
Yep.
First of all, I'm going to pause there. Any reactions to what that was going on there and thoughts about what was going on with the Honey scandal about a year ago?
It's just unfortunate because a lot of people got scammed. The creators who were promoting Honey and then maybe utilizing it in a way, they got scamming indirectly their viewers. And then the viewers who were clicking the link weren't getting the best deals.
Yeah.
Right. And then, of course, when I say scammed all around, Honey was basically not setting up in a way where the whole affiliate benefit was going to the creators. So, I mean, to me, it's not even a discussion anymore because why would you use them? I think they went away.
No, I think they're still around. Actually,
What?
yeah, I
Oh
know.
my gosh.
There are some class action lawsuits against them right now. And actually, one of the amazing things that I mean, MegaLag didn't post like super regularly before, but I remember him posting it. It totally blew up. And then I remember checking like 6 months after, and I was like, oh, he hasn't posted any other videos. I wonder what's going on. Is there legal trouble? Is he, brewing something else? Like, it was just kind of interesting to see. I had big question marks. But very recently, he actually posted 2 follow-up videos about it and did point out that he was under attack by PayPal, who owns Honey, for making those videos, trying to get them taken down, trying to sort of do all sorts of things to him. But he pointed out a couple of things that were further scandals that he thought that were actually sort of unrelated to creators, but kind of point back to this big creator thing that was going on, right? So the first scandal was that one of the things that Honey was supposed to do was obey these kind of stand down rules, as they're called, which means that you are not supposed to overwrite someone else's affiliate link. This is the creator related one, right? Of course, they were doing that, as we know. And what he found out is that Honey was, if there was somebody that was supposedly checking for compliance to make sure that Honey wasn't doing that, it would not replace the code. It would pretend to disable itself on the browser. But through a really sophisticated system, they would look at the user's behavior, check to see if they thought that they were a compliance sort of officer, so to speak. And if they didn't think that they were, then they would insert themselves at the last moment, which is just...
Well, then if he can show evidence of that, I think it's case closed.
And that was just the first scandal. The second one was that the deal quality that he was promoting. So first of all, it was not giving them the best deals, something that we knew from the first video. But there was even more manipulation and misrepresentation that was going on beyond that. There was a follow-up that in the first follow-up, he claims that Honey's own data showed that there was a much smaller coupon set than they claimed, which was millions beforehand. Plus, there was a bunch that they had included in the set that were just expired, that were expired or hidden and were never exposed to the user. So the people who were actually supposedly getting the benefit really were not getting the full benefit that Honey was claiming in the end, which is crazy. The second thing was in the second follow-up, which is that they continued to point out that there was other issues that he hadn't even thought about, because when he posted this video, he got a lot of people reaching out to him saying that there were issues. One of the big downsides was, as I kind of hinted to before, small businesses. So one of the things that small businesses do, the reason that they give coupon codes is so that they can do this sort of like pseudo affiliate marketing, right? So if you think about these businesses, they're not just giving 20% off for the sake of it. What they're doing is they're building out specific coupon codes for different people that they want to be an affiliate for them, and saying, if you send your audience, they will get 20% off. That's kind of like an exchange for the audience. But I'll also give you credit and probably pay you to advertise this to your audience so you can get foot traffic to our website. There are other reasons to use coupon codes, though, as well. If you're military, sometimes people offer coupon codes. They want to honor certain classes of people throughout society. If you are running a test of your own with your family, saying, I don't want you to pay for it, but can you go through the checkout flow? Here's a coupon code that goes for free. What they were doing is that they would insert themselves and keylog whenever somebody was entering one of these codes and include them in the database, even if they had not consented to it. And so, for example, the clearest example that I come up with this is like the military example. If you imagine you enter military 20, right? It's really only meant to be used by people who are in the military, right? And probably given to you directly by a customer service representative or something like that. Well, what Honey was doing was taking that and logging it inside of their system and then applying it to every single person across the entire thing, which is sort of the promise of Honey to some extent, but it totally ruins the economics for the business, right? The other one of those is actually for creators, right? If you think about for creators, one creator's coupon code gets used, and then it's used across hundreds or thousands of other people who were not coming from the creator's videos, for example, and they're getting credit for it, which is just confusing everybody about
and
how
so
much
the
value they're
customer who wasn't using military 20, but it was being inserted automatically, does that customer get a discount?
Yes, they do.
Okay, so they're not going to complain about this 20% off discount. They must see it.
Oh, of course, exactly. And
they see like a 20% discount,
they'll see the 20% discount,
and
that's
it just
correct.
popped up out of nowhere, and no one like asked the question.
Yeah,
because
I mean,
who's going to complain about saving money, right?
Exactly.
And then what you're saying is the person who supplied the military 20 discount code has to honor that 20% off. But then also it skews the data because this is not somebody that got it from a certain campaign or whatever, and they don't know. So it's just dirty data basically. And then does the creator who suggested it, they also get a kickback from the honey people?
It depends, not from the honey people. It would be from the business, right? And so it depends on the business relationship between the people, from the merchant and the creator.
That code.
But one thing to think about is like maybe one creator got a lot more credit than they deserved, and all the other creators didn't get their deals renewed because they thought that the code wasn't being used, right?
Yeah.
So
well,
it's
it'd be
just totally
like I've done affiliate deals where my name was the name, right?
Yes, exactly.
So it could be 20% off, but it'd be like military 20, but then this other one might be like Coast Guard 20.
Exactly.
This one might be like Navy 20. Okay. It seems like such a crazy, chaotic thing that they're doing so many things wrong. My question is, what creator would want to work with them, number one? And two, who would want to even touch that sponsorship if they're willing to pay like a creator to promote them? It seems to me that would be dead in the water. It's just not smart legally. And then third, naturally, aren't they going to get investigated?
I mean, there are those class action lawsuits, right? And so there is that going on. Just one other thing, right? So to add to that coupon code issue, there was an issue where the merchants would go and they'd be like, all these people are using this code for the military. I know that they're not all military. Can you honey? They'll figure out that it's honey. Can you remove it? And guess what they would do? They would go and they would basically coerce them to stop using it. So businesses would ask to be removed after the code's leaked. And then what would happen is that all of those other businesses would basically, or the honey would basically tell them, we won't remove you unless there's a working relationship between the two of us. And they would be forced to enter into a business contract basically with honey in order for their codes to be removed. And so they were being coerced into doing it. That all aside, your point still stands, which is that it is really just, 100% scandalous, right? There is an issue with the fact that this company was taking advantage of everybody basically in the ecosystem. And the thing that I wanted to bring up is exactly what you said, which is that one of the things is that honey was, yes, jumping into the affiliate marketing space in between the creator and the merchant. But more interestingly, they were also jumping into the brand deal space. They were making tons of brand deals with creators throughout the creator economy. And so there are lots of creators out there who made deals with honey and first of all, had their affiliate commissions, quote unquote, stolen, right? But second of all, it wasn't something that they were necessarily aware that was going on. So they were kind of benefiting on one end and losing on the other end. I'm curious about what your thoughts are in a situation like that. When you're doing brand deals, is there a world in which you
are responsible?
Well, not only just responsible, but are able to avoid something like this that is so obscured?
No, I mean, I've never had to deal with something like this, luckily. And naturally, something like this can happen to really anyone. Thank you. So you never know when it's going to happen. This is what's crazy. I know people that worked with Honey. I know people that use affiliate link tools that Honey offers and could have been part of these class action lawsuits. They could actually, if the class action lawsuit was started and then people basically had money, they could have been part of that pie, right? A slice of that pie to get money back themselves as a creator. So that's why I'm just curious what kept going. So the only way to protect yourself is have an attorney.
Yeah.
That you just have to always go through legal, because that is just a layer, not only to make sure that you're reading the contracts, you understand the terms, and that lawyer also acts as just somebody that's aware of what else is going on. Because, so my attorney, if they saw that I got a potential opportunity with Honey now, they know about what happened with them before, that, hey, I don't think you should touch it. So that's another layer that, again, you're paying for when you have good legal representation.
Yeah.
And that's the only way to protect yourself. But this is just so massive that's why I'm confused why it's still going on, because it became a story why they're around. The only reason is because guess who has bigger lawyers than creators and just like the individual?
PayPal.
So that's what's going on here. For me, that's what I'm saying. And it doesn't surprise me that the guy that like blew the story was basically, being, I want to say attacked, just like fought back
Yeah.
for what he's done because they might be liable. And the bigger the pocketbook of the person that has a class action suit against them, the more money they have to pay out. So that's all they're doing. They're protecting themselves from a class action lawsuit by getting to the bottom of it. I don't know. I didn't look into it in detail, but I've talked to creators who literally said, yeah, I could be part of a class action lawsuit,
Really?
or they got scammed, or they were sponsored by Honey, and then all this happened. And these are outstanding creators. They're not like the type that I told you about, like buys views or does weird stuff. So it could happen to anybody. That's why I always have a lawyer, because say you do get into trouble, guess what? The lawyer is going to help you navigate that circumstance, which can happen. Just part of life in honesty when it comes to business.